My name is Patty Lee, and I was diagnosed a year ago with a recurrence of breast cancer in my left breast, and was considering at that time that probably wasn't a thing that I wanted to pursue the Western route for. My lifestyle was such that I enjoyed a wide range of alcohol and chips and grease and beer, and I seemed to look for kind of what I would describe at that time as exciting foods. And after kind of researching it more, even between the first diagnosis 11 years ago and now, I began to read more and to believe differently, and really found out especially about the sugar and wheat and gluten, and began to think this time that maybe I didn't excuse me, need a mastectomy, but rather I would need to change the way that I lived. The first thing I probably believed about diet was sugar, and so that was something I needed to drop right away. I was used to eating toast, wheat, all kinds of buns, and chose to drop those from my diet. I actually was drinking 4 to 5 beers a day, not proudly, but deliciously, and I dropped those immediately, and have had now and then, again for a year now, I now and then have a glass of wine I enjoy, and a beer that I really enjoy. But I have stopped that. I don't take in many oils at all, and I have included more grains, just as in brown rice probably. I'd say that before, during the first 10 years after the first diagnosis, I continued to eat meat probably two times a day, sometimes 3 times a day. And now I would say that I have maybe a 3-ounce portion every other day or something like that. So it's really that vegetables, fruits have replaced it. I drink a delicious smoothie made of all kinds of fruits and vegetables in the morning without any milks or anything. So another change I made was that I shifted from probably a low-fat milk to totally, I'm on almond milk now. I love it. And that's been again for a year. I read a book that was very important to me called Cancer Free, that talked about this regimen. I believed in the regimen, and I believe now that with the symptoms are reduced. I had a thermogram recently, and it showed no hot spots in either breast, and this is a year after a double mastectomy was recommended. I had had an MRI before that had shown strong suspicions for a return of the cancer, such that they were saying 98% sure they would know what kind of cancer it was after they did the mastectomy. And I knew that I could make my body a terrain that wouldn't support cancer. So in the first few months after I started the new regimen, I found that my energy was down, and I was going through some stress related to being diagnosed and whether or not I really had cancer. But I believed so much in what I did, and by June, July, I started hiking again. I'm back to, I would say, pretty full energy. I've been doing yoga 2 to 3 times a week, and have been also enjoying the long walks that I used to take, and not running out of air so quickly. I use an elliptical 2 or 3 times a week. Energy's back, and the important thing is that I believe in exactly what I'm doing, and the things I've read that have impressed me. The China study, also Christine Horner's book, Awakening the Warrior Goddess Within. So, yeah, that's me.